Good afternoon, Jets Nation. Welcome to the Jew Jets Show, and today we're talking about Zach Wilson returning to the lineup this Sunday, Quincy Williams and if he's the real deal or not, and some tidbits of Jets news. So without further ado, let's get it started. So after missing 4 straight games due to a PCL strain, Zach Wilson is going to be returning to the lineup this Sunday against the Houston Texans. Now, whenever Wilson got hurt a couple weeks ago against the New England Patriots, I was devastated. I thought that injury was going to keep him out for a very long time, but it turned out to only be a PCL strain that would keep him out for weeks. And I do think this injury was needed for Zach Wilson. Not saying he had to get hurt, but time off was definitely needed for Wilson because he was struggling. There's no denying the fact that Wilson was struggling, and sitting back and watching a veteran command the system, seeing a veteran play football, would definitely help Zach Wilson's development, and keeping him out 4 weeks was definitely the best decision because Wilson got to see 3 quarterbacks command this offense and run it successfully. He got to see Mike White, Josh Johnson, and Joe Flacco do it. So now this week against the Houston Texans, who do not have a very good defense, we should see Zach Wilson play good football. You know, this is his first game with John Beck on the sideline. This is his first game with Mike LaFleur in the booth. So hopefully Zach Wilson took notes, watched film of all these veteran quarterbacks playing good in the system, and he comes back better than ever against the Houston Texans this week. So after a 15-tackle performance against the Miami Dolphins, Quincy Williams caught the eye of a ton of national media, including Brian Bodinger, who likes to break down film on his Twitter account, and he actually broke down some of Quincy Williams' film, raved about him, praised him so much in that 2-minute clip, and it really got me thinking that Quincy Williams can turn into a stud. And this wasn't the first time Quincy Williams has balled out in a game this year. Week 4 against the Tennessee Titans, he had 12 tackles, 1 sack, 1 pass deflection. Week 5 against the Falcons, 8 tackles and 2 forced fumbles. I mean, Quincy Williams has balled out in other games this year, but he's also been radio silence in a lot of other games, and actually been radio silence in more games than he's played well. So can Quincy Williams be the real deal or not? And I honestly do think he can be. I mean, he has the potential. He's a guy who's not afraid to tackle anyone. He's not a guy afraid to make these big plays, to hit hard. He doesn't care about any of these penalties. He's going to do what he wants. I mean, I have never seen a guy stop Derrick Henry like Quincy Williams has. I've never seen a guy hit harder than Quincy Williams. And all these things are making me just preach about him, make me think he's going to be an amazing player, but he's just been quiet in a ton of games this year. So I just want to see the New York Jets play Quincy Williams more in these last couple of games of the season, because I think he could be the real deal. If the New York Jets give him more playing time, he can show us that he can be it. Now let's get into some tidbits of Jets news. So after Matt Amendola missed 2 field goals in the Jets' close loss to the Miami Dolphins, we brought in some kicker help, signing Alex Kesman to the practice squad. Here's some things to know about Kesman. From 2017 to 2020, he was Pittsburgh's kicker. In 4 years with Pitt, he has made 69 field goals on 96 attempts and made 134 extra points on 138 attempts. He's the most field goals all time in Pitt history, and is actually the greatest long-range kicker in Pitt history as well. And I definitely think that was the icing on the cake for the New York Jets, because Amendola has been struggling with long-range kicks all season, and if he struggles against the Texans, definitely expect him to get booted off of the roster. Joe Flacco and Mike White were placed on the COVID list. Now, Flacco was not vaccinated, and I'm going to have to assume White wasn't either, because why were these 2 placed on the COVID list and not Zach Wilson and Josh Johnson? And this is not the reason Zach Wilson is starting this week. He is 100% healthy. That's why he is starting. If Flacco and White would be on the active roster right now, Zach Wilson would still be our starter. And speaking of Josh Johnson, he was protected on the practice squad this week and is going to be elevated off of the practice squad ahead of the Jets game against the Texans and be Zach Wilson's backup this week. Lamar Jackson and Jabari Zuniga were also protected on the practice squad. Nick Baldwin was signed to the active roster. He had a 20-yard catch and a couple nice run blocks, and the Jets lost to the Miami Dolphins. Maybe he's a future at fullback. Who knows? And James Morgan was signed to the practice squad as well. Our 4th-round pick from 2020 is returning to the Big Apple after making some stints on the Panthers and Steelers practice squad. Nitro Jamerson and Corey Thompson were released from the practice squad, and Leroy Reynolds was restored to the practice squad. And that's all the Jets news I have for you guys today. Comment down below how excited you are to see Zach Wilson back in the lineup. Hit the subscribe and like button if you enjoyed today's video, and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Jude_Jets for more content. And I'm your host, Jude, signing off for now. See you later. Peace.